A very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast only on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, teachers asked to embrace reforms in education. Women in Ajumani district tasked to be financially stable. And lack of clarity on minerals discovery in Acholi worries leaders. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's the 12th of March 2024. You're most welcome to the Nilecast only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. A total of 100 teachers from selected schools within the West Nile sub-region are undergoing a 5-day training in information communication skills at the National Teachers College in Muni in Arua City. The teachers who are receiving the competence-based training have been urged to embrace the teachers under the teacher policy of 2019, under which they are prepared for the changes in education. Farish Majid reports.
Teachers across West Nile sub-region have been asked to embrace and adapt to reforms in the education sector so as to ensure relevance with the changes within the sector. Among the changes which the teachers have to embrace is the continuous professional development strategy under the teacher policy of 2019, which among others calls for literacy in information communication and technology of the teachers. Ali Daisy Filiam, the Principal National Teachers College Muni, appeals to teachers to embrace the changes so as to realize improvement in the performance of the learners from the region.
That have come in the education sector, these reforms are touching us in one way or another, either negatively or positively, but the reforms are for a good cause. Because all of us in the teaching fraternity, we are looking forward to see that the performance of the learners that must improve. And how will this performance improve? The performance will only improve if we continue to have positive reforms and see that these reforms are being embraced by the teacher trainees, and the learners benefit out of it.
However, Lucy Ezaru, who works as an education officer for Arua City in charge of administration for Ivo Division, calls upon schools to embrace the technology so as to bridge the gaps in the teacher-learner ratio, which is as a result of the overwhelming enrollment.
Increase in the students' enrollment, we cannot change these enrollments back home because you are aware that government is also behind us. If we tell the teachers when the enrollment is big, especially recently, October primary was facing a challenge with overwhelming enrollment. The teacher was coming to us and I sent these pupils back home. We said no, you cannot send them back home, but use your brain to ensure that children continue to learn in the classroom. So while I was singing from the bottom of my heart that when these teachers gain this knowledge, we can rather guide the teachers to maneuver the resources within to ensure that teaching and learning is a continuous process instead of sending our children back home.
Senior Superintendent of Police Dennis Ochama, the Deputy Regional Police Commander for West Nile Sub-Region, appeals to the teachers to expand their knowledge through the use of ICT.
To enhance our knowledge. As a teacher, you must be knowledgeable than the person you are going to teach, such that questions that arise, you are able to answer them articulately. The knowledge of ICT, I know the country has evolved. We are now living in that analog. We are now in digital world. And most of us here, if I may ask by show of hands, we must be having smartphones. But the purpose for that smartphone, maybe some of you are using them for receiving calls only. But this is ICT.
Charles Ichogor, the Arua Resident City Commissioner, urges teachers to get the knowledge of ICT so as to tap into the opportunities in the forthcoming government programs.
They want people to apply for jobs, temporal jobs, not permanent, temporal jobs, to count the people, to be parish supervisors, something like that, and the applications are very few because it must be through ICT and you must have a smartphone. Census this year will be digitalized. You see the advantages. Equally, NIRA, we are going to renew your national IDs. And for those who have come of age will get new ones. They equally want people to apply using ICT, and we should have a smartphone.
To bridge the gap of illiteracy of ICT among teachers, National Teachers College Moon on the 12th of March 2024 rolled out 5 days training of 100 teachers in ICT and competence-based training from selected areas across West Nile sub-region. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILEcast.
And more in our stories this evening. During the commemoration of the International Women's Day at Adropi Sub-County, Ajumani District, women have been tasked to be financially stable in order to inspire empowerment and integrity that will bring development in our society. Onzima Allen reports.
Women in Ajumani District have been tasked to be financially stable so as to bring development in Ajumani and Uganda at large. This goal was made during the celebration of the International Women's Day in Adropi Sub-County, Ajumani District. Honorable Anyama Ben, the LC5 chairperson, Ajumani District, appealed to women to have positive thinking and make decisions that will bring development in their society. He also encouraged the women to be financially strong so as to manage their family well.
Everything we do is coming from women. Food from women, vote from women, decision from women. Hallelujah. And when we are empowering the women must change their mindset. That the women know you are a woman, but you can decide for the development of this country. You are a woman, but you can decide for the development of this district. You are a woman, but you can decide for the development of Adropi Sub-County. Hallelujah. Today, we are here to encourage you, the women, the leaders, the young ones, to see that in the future you will be like our peoples, you will be like Christians, like Italians, you will be like any of the person. It is not your background that can change society. It is not your background that can change your people. It is you who can change the people even if you come from the poor family.
Emmanuel Okwari, the Deputy Resident District Commissioner of Ajumani District, appreciated the women for their tireless effort, which is enabling them to attain socio-economic transformation.
I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and his government for providing the enabling environment and being at the forefront of empowering the women and the women movement in the country. I want to really say on this momentous day, as Office of the President, your chief guest, we want to express and communicate our celebrations, our congratulations to all the women of Ajumani District as we celebrate this day. I want to say the women of Uganda have done their best, they have displayed their best efforts in accelerating the progress in their respective fields, and we thank them for this day. We celebrate the achievements, the contributions towards the socio-economic transformation journey that we are all now leading as a country. We need women in all spheres of life. We appreciate and respect the women from all different parts of the country and also from different fields, from different socio-economic status, both in the private and public sector.
The guest of honor, Honorable Ababiko Jeska, the woman member of parliament, Ajumani District, congratulated the women for being empowered and asked them to always be self-driven so as to attain a better future. The national celebration for International Women's Day for Uganda was in Katakwi district. Peace Oshaki, Onjuma Alan, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the Acholi Paramount Chief wrote David Onen Akana II warned Blancowe Resources Limited, a UK-based mining company recently working on Oriam granite project, to stop manipulating mineral resources in the Acholi land. This comes after the Paramount Chief learned of his subjects that the mining company has been sneaking out thousands of granite of minerals in the area in the name of testing. Stephen Okello reports.
The Acholi Paramount Chief, Rod David Onenachana II, urged Blanco Resource Limited, a company contracted by government of Uganda to run a ROM graphic project, to stop operating in isolation from Kekwara Acholi, who is the custodian body of the land where they are operating in.
The people around, I understand there were only a few people within a certain areas that got involved. They formed an association, and not so many people are aware about it, which is not correct. If anything, any kind of leadership, whether it be traditional, religious, political, should be involved. They should all get the knowledge about what is happening so that we can also advise and guide our people accordingly. Because so far the company that got involved in Rome, I understand they gave out some funds and machineries like tractors. And what was it for? Is it in compensation? Is it in facilitation? Is it in appreciation? What is it for?
Paramount Chief also sounded a warning to Blanco to stop using the few individuals who are currently misleading them, but come to the relevant authority in the area.
Some local leaders who stands in on behalf of the people to these companies who do give a lot of misinformation. I one time told somebody that I wanted to go there and talk to the people there, and somebody told me that you will not succeed because by the time you reach there, this kind of people would have mobilized the local people, would have made them drunk, such that will not even be able to talk to them.
Blanco Resource Limited is currently having 21 years mining licenses. The company took over from Consolidated Africa, the first mining company, contracted by government to extract graphite minerals in 2015 at Luchomo village, Okurumoy parish in Oram sub-county, Kitgum district.
This signpost was put during the time when they were doing their exploration around. Okay. That's the 2015. That's when they put the signpost. Then from here to a mining area, it's about 2 kilometers.
According to Daniel Komakej, communication assistant, Blanco Resource Limited, after taking over from Consolidated Africa in 2019, currently the company is doing feasibility studies in the mining area, and the company have taken over 600,000 tons of graphite minerals to China for tests.
Blanco comes in place in 2019 when they went and bought off the mining license, which we have for 21 years. And apparently, Blanco is doing a feasibility study. And what we have been doing is we took samples of the raw samples that we took because of 2 reasons. One is to check on its viability in terms of quality, and then 2, what is the commercial viability, which we ended in December last year. And I'm happy to say that the results are really very promising. That is apparently what I can say in regards to an overview of the project.
The Paramount Chief, Rod David Onenachana, came after local community from the area complained for the delay of their compensation payment by the mining companies.
Actually, I have a challenge under the payment of people in my village. Not also my village alone. It is only all the villages actually people are supposed to be paid, and therefore it was well spelled that people were supposed to be paid in the month of June, and therefore it has exceeded up to now.
Daniel Tim, a father of 8 and a resident of Luchomo village, says since 2015 he have not received any money from this mining company, despite his land being used by the company as a mining field.
Household who contributed money for opening the account are still crying that why is it that we have not benefited. Few people are benefiting. The few. What of the household in Akurumo have not benefited? We want the government of Uganda. Yes, he has got some minerals here. We want the government to see the household of this parish. They were what? They were renting. The government was renting. But after that date, nothing people have received.
Lilian Abe, the woman member of parliament for Kitgum district, recognized this gap, which was purposely created by the few individuals who are benefiting from this program.
Some of the key things in agreement that they had with the community and the complaints coming up from the community is the fact that some of the issues that were supposed to be captured were not captured rightly, and I could sense that there was some bit of manipulation, because if you talk about paying the community once after 5 years and you only capturing issues like incentives like giving scholarships, this is a very big, a multi-million project that ought to change the the lives of the people within that area. So the landowners are people who are not exposed. There's a big gap that has been left out during the time of negotiation.
The Achule Paramount Chief called upon all the responsible authority directly work in these graphite mining programs to involve the cultural, religious and political leaders in Achule sub-region to ensure the benefit of this mining project expands and support Achule sub-region at large. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
More in our stories. The top general from Sudan's army has ruled out a truce in the Islamic holy month of Ramadan unless the parliamentary group it's battling leaves civilians and public sites. In a statement by Yasser Alata, the deputy commander of the army, comes after the army claimed advances in Omdurman, a part of the wider capital, and an appeal by the United Nations Security Council for a truce during the Ramadan, which began this week. The Parliamentary Rapid Support Forces said it welcomes the ceasefire. Atta's statement issued on the Army's official Telegram channel on Sunday, based on the comments he made the previous day in Kassala State, said there could be no Ramadan ceasefire unless the Rapid Support Forces, compiled with a commitment made in last May at Saudi and the US mediate talks in Jeddah to withdraw from civilian homes and public facilities.
Sports news. My name is football game happen in the different parts of the country. Who's are preparing come to you at this particular moment that and let's take a look at the we have got a senior secondary school Monday. in that particular. Good evening, viewers. You are most welcome for today's edition of NILE Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. Every day we continue to bring you stories about what is happening from different schools we have in the region of West Nile, because this is the period for inter-school ball games. I can confirm to you at this particular moment the draws for the group stages for Arua City has already been released, whereby we will be having ladies football, not forgetting about boys football as usual. Let's start with the group stages for the boys. In Group A, we have got the defending champions, that's Arua SS. We have got Manibe Public Senior Secondary School, St. Peter's Aliba Senior Secondary School, Standard College, Soma Senior Secondary School, and lastly, Destiny Senior Secondary School. And then in Group B, we have got the runners-up of last season, Mvara Senior Secondary School, the champions of 2022. I am talking about Arua Town College Senior Secondary School, Latiba Foundation, Arua Academy, Mitu Senior Secondary School, and lastly, we have got Poke Senior Secondary School. And then in Group C, we have got Cornerstone, Arua Public Senior Secondary School, St. Joseph's College, Ombati Senior Secondary School. The last 2 years they have not been into the competition. Now they are back as big match guys. We have got All Saints, Adumi Senior Secondary School, and that group will see latecomer coming. And then lastly in Group D, we have got Pop Memorial Senior Secondary School. The school actually Mvara Senior Secondary knocked last season, or I should say last year in the semi-finals, which ended by a goal to nil. There in Group D, we have got Excel International Global College. There is Najah Muslim, not forgetting about Arua Islamic, and lastly we have got Tarantino. And the venues for these games have been approved, whereby the likes of Arua Public, in fact schools that have been pitted in Group C, they will be playing their games at Aliba Senior Secondary School playground. And for Mvara Senior Secondary School, the venue is yet to be communicated. Schools that are together with the Mvara Senior Secondary School, the venue is yet to be communicated. That's what I mean. And then schools that are pitted in Group A, the likes of RUSS, you talk about Manbe Public, they will be playing their games at Elifra. And teams like Pop Paul, Excel, Naja, Arua Islamic, not forgetting about Tarantino, they will be playing their games at Ombachi. And then let's take a look at the group stages for the girls football. In Group A, we have got Muni, Manbe Public, Standard College, Cornerstone, and one latecomer. And then in Group B, we have Ediofe Girls, we have Niva High, commonly known as Nile High, Arua SS, Adom SS, and lastly Pop Paul. And then in Group C, we have got Mvara Senior Secondary School, Latiba Foundation, St. Peter's Seed Aliba Senior Secondary School, Arua Town College Senior Secondary School, and one latecomer. And lastly in Group D, we have got Tarantino, Mitu Senior Secondary School, Excel College, Arua Public Senior Secondary School, and one latecomer. And according to the report we have got from the chairperson for Arua City for these inter-school ball games, these games are set to kickstart on Friday, 15th of this particular month, and the year is 2024, and will run till 27th of this particular month, and the year also remains 2024. Driving our attention away from the inter-school ball games, this time talking about StarTimes Uganda Premier League, not about the results, not about the table standings, all about Livingstone Babazi returning to the team of Vipers Sports Club. Livingstone Babazi, in the last 2 games Vipers has been playing, has not been at the club because of personal reasons. We saw Vipers knocking out Iganga Youngsters in the Stanbic Uganda Cup round of 16, which ended by 3 goals to nil. And after that, we saw them running past the team of Wakiso Giants in StarTimes Uganda Premier League by 4 goals to nil. And the last 2 fixtures, Babazi has not been in charge at the touchline now. He gets back to the team of Sports Club Vipers. This time, let's jet in continental, and we talk about the updates coming from All Africa Games that is currently taking place in Ghana. The biggest talking point is all about Uganda Hippos advancing to the semi-finals for the first of its kind since 1999. That one came yesterday night after beating Senegal by a goal to nil. Alan Oyurov was the goal scorer in that particular encounter. The last game for Uganda will be a date up against their neighbor South Sudan, which will be on Friday. Before the win they had yesterday night, they also beat Nigeria by 2-1 in their opening game. That means they are through, either waiting for Senegal or Nigeria to join them in the semi-finals in that particular group. Also an update coming from cricket. Yesterday we also saw our Victoria Pearls, the ladies team of Uganda, being beaten by Zimbabwe, not Zimbabwe rather, being beaten by South Africa ladies. And then on the other side, we saw Zimbabwe overcoming a side in the names of Nigeria. That means in the final, South Africa will now be taking on Zimbabwe. And then for the bronze, Uganda will be tussling it out with Nigeria. Let's now talk about UEFA Champions League, which is returning tonight. Arsenal will be looking forward to see if they can surpass Porto at Emirates. The first leg of this game ended by a goal to nil. It was Porto that won at the Stadio Dragao. The last time Arsenal advanced past the round of 16 of UEFA Champions League was way back in 2013. Now it's 13 years down the road. It has been something very difficult for the Gunners to see that they surpass round of 16, and we're waiting to see tonight. Not only that game to be played, we'll also be having another encounter between Catalonian-based club called Barcelona as they take on Naples, that's in Napoli. The first leg of this game was played at Sao Paulo, which ended 1-1. This one will be the reverse fixture, and the team which progresses, of course, will go to the quarterfinals. Still more games will return tomorrow, as we will see at the Stadio Westfalen Stadion, the team of Borussia Dortmund welcoming PSV Eindhoven. The first league ended 1-1, and also tomorrow at Venda Metropolitan, Inter Milan will be taking first league advantage to Venda Metropolitan to take on the team of Atletico Madrid. Around 4 teams have already advanced to the quarterfinals. You talk about Real Madrid, you talk about the defending champions Manchester City. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, also went through. That one brings us to the end of today's edition of NILE Sports News. It has been me, Benson Pastore, doing it for you. We'll link up again tomorrow for the same program of NILEcast.
Thank you, Rocco Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. And that, viewer, marks the end of the NILEcast, only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILEcast to the end of the NILEcast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumringa Christine.